Hello Taurus, welcome, welcome. This is a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the Divine Feminine community. Telling it from the Divine Feminine's perspective is what I mean to say. If you're here as a cross watcher, that's fine. You may need to flip the energies around. Same goes if you're here as a Divine Masculine. But before I get started, I did want to give you a little bit of an intro with regard to what's going on in the cosmos, the astrology. If that's not your interest area, you can feel free to skip ahead to the Oracle or the Tarot portion. The timestamps are below in the description box. So the reason why I want to do this is because even though my readings, the majority of them are timeless, meaning they're not really date or time specific because we're all on different timelines, I just like to let you know that whenever you come upon this reading, if it speaks to you, it's yours, but here's what's been going on in the astrology that may have influenced the reading. So it helps for you to have that information. If you don't want it, that's okay. But we are in Virgo season right now, and it's a quieter time in the cosmos compared to the spring and early summer, right? So that's the first good news. It's about process. It's about integration, and it is also about healing. So bringing everything that's gone on, all the crazy, together and getting it into process, into a linear fashion and format and organized structure, and integrating everything that needs to be integrated so that we can heal whatever is kind of hanging out in the periphery that's getting in our way, taking us off our paths, or interrupting the smooth flow of forward progress in our lives. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we are going to have the new moon in Virgo on the 6th. So we're only a couple days away from that. And it's a potentially very powerful new moon, and I'll tell you why. It has the moon and the sun in a new moon are kind of conjunct. They're right next to each other, and they are trining Uranus. Uranus is the planet also known as the Great Awakener, that kind of energy that says if anything can happen, it probably will, and in the most unexpected of ways. So your intention setting for this new moon has the potential to be very electrically charged, meaning you can literally call in miracles. Now, that doesn't mean that, you know, you haven't taken any actions that would align things in a way that serves your highest good. It's just saying when you set your intentions very realistically and very grounded, in a very grounded format, because we are in Virgo season, which is an earth sign, that the potential for miracles to come through for you is very great. So that's really exciting. Mercury also begins its next retrograde starting on the 6th, meaning it begins the trajectory. It's still moving forward for 3 weeks from the 6th to the 27th of the energies that it's going to retrace when it turns retrograde. So the next 3 weeks from the 6th to the 27th, all that is about is pay attention, because Mercury is in Libra, which is the sign of relationships. So we're going to have a serious mental overhaul of our relationship consciousness. So pay attention in the next 3 weeks, how you're thinking about it, how you're feeling about it, your perceptions about relationships, communication between you and your divine counterpart or other important relationships in your life. Because in the next 3 weeks, we're going to be seeing what's rising to the surface, what's feeling a little prickly, and that's what we're going to be heading back over in the retrograde. And then when it turns around, it'll go over it for a third time. So we are getting a massive mental overhaul of our relationship consciousness. Then on the 20th, we have the full moon in Pisces, which is going to be juicy and yummy, as my favorite astrologer likes to say. So that's the end of the introduction. Now we move on to the Oracle portion of the program. Here we are. I intuitively selected 3 decks. I shuffled and drew your cards. We are starting with the Enchanted Map, Taurus. The awareness of the Wizard of Awareness comes through in reverse. And what that's telling you is it's asking you to be aware, become aware, Wizard of Awareness, of how attached you are to a specific outcome. Okay, you have to trust what's in your highest good and not really question it. your soul knows best, and that's what the Wizard of Awareness is telling you in reverse. Your soul knows best, so maybe don't become more aware of how focused you are on specific outcomes, because that may be getting in the way of what is intended for your highest good. So that's the first card. Second card from the Shaman's Dream, card 10, Deep Diver, diving into a task. And what Deep Diver is talking about is, you know, it's upright, but it's telling you stay out of the shallows, right? Don't stay on the surface here. It's real important for you to take a risk and dive deep. And the reason why we're diving deep is because that's where the pearls of wisdom are. Okay? If we're just seeing things as they occur in a very shallow or simplistic or surface level way, Taurus, and we're not diving deep to really kind of uncover the hidden mysteries and truths about a situation, then we're not, you know, no grit, no pearl is what's coming through here. It is also asking you to face the unknown in those depths and trust. Again, you're getting a trust message twice here. Again, we've got the Sacred Traveler card, Begin Now, Take Your First Step. To me, this is coming through as almost the Page of Pentacles and the Fool combined, because the Page of Pentacles is that first step in a new situation. If you're traveling through the depths, you see there's some completion here. It's the numerology of the card is 10, and then you get the Begin Now, which if it's the Fool, it's a 0. We're just really kind of flying blind here, and it's about calculated risks to some degree, right? Like you kind of got to know that you're not flying blind, which is where you're first going in the depths, and now a new path begins. So I feel like there's a new cycle beginning for you once you traverse the depths where your soul really wants you to go for deeper understanding, so you can get the wisdom and the pearls to carry on this new phase of your journey. And just be aware that you're, you know, that you're not being too attached to specific outcomes, because something even better may be coming through for you. That's the Oracle. Let's take it to the Tarot now for you, Taurus. What is coming through for our beautiful Taurians? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Messages for the Divine Feminine. Two of Swords. So there's some indecision here. Something you need some clarity about, and the clarity can only be found within what's crossing you. Okay, so when we get the crossing card, it's usually part of the challenge, or it can be supportive energy. Jury's out right now, because the Page of Cups is telling me that there's some message of love and or apology that has either come in, or is, if it comes in, you're undecided as to what to do with that message. It does feel sweet and sensitive and genuine so far. I'll clarify it, but I feel like the jury's out for you. Yes, the jury's out. What's underneath you here, what's underneath, what's below in your subconscious, in your psyche, is the Eight of Swords, second guessing yourself, not trusting the direction, or not knowing the next best step forward, which is into the puddle, which is your emotions, Taurus. I know. Deep dive. Okay? The only way out is through. It's time for a bit of a deep dive for you, Taurus. Okay, and that's good. I love this, because it's almost sort of telling you this is the terrain you really need to dive into, is the emotional depths of your lack of certainty with regard to maybe somebody's intentions. In the past, here is why. We've got the Five of Pentacles. So possibly this person that you're dealing with may have ghosted you, abandoned you, or at least that was your perception, or also at the very least created a lot of instability in your everyday life. Pentacles, 3D, right? So could have just been some sense of insecurity coming through by the way they just kind of shut the door, or zipped up, and I feel it caused some instability. Perfect. What's crowning you here, Taurus? Six of Swords. The way forward to something more calm and stable, getting beyond this turbulence, beyond this energy of a lack of stability and finding peace of mind and balance. You could be moving towards someone or away from them with this Six of Swords. We'll take a look at that. And then going forward, Queen of Pentacles. Love this. This is about taking care of yourself, getting grounded. It's your card. It's one of your cards. It's Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Queen of Pentacles can be referencing an energy, feminine archetype of life partner for some of you, but it's also so about commitment and stuff like that. But for most of you, I feel like moving forward, this is about you getting stable on in your own life, in your own world, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself in very grounded 3D sort of ways. And, you know, being the queen of your own castle, as you might have imagined. Here's a message to you from Spirit, new beginnings for sure, right? This is where you're headed. Begin now. There's a whole new path opening up for you here, Taurus, right? Because the deep dive is going to help you see what the closing out of a cycle, number 10, is about. And the Wizard of Awareness is telling you, don't hold anything specific in mind because we've got a big offer on the way to you. So I do love the Ace of Pentacles for you. Yes, so the energy surrounding you, you may be unaware of. Here's the Chariot moving forward, something, a successful, like taking back the reins in your own life and moving forward successfully. Here in your hopes or fears, we have the Page of Pentacles, right? This is the Page of Pentacles. Begin now. Part of you may be fearing this. Oh my gosh, I'm like stepping into the unknown. There's so much I have to learn. Could also be that you're fearing that an offer coming towards you is too small. Get that fear right out of your head. It's not at all. And then the potential outcome here, happy, happy, joy, joy. Need I say more? Happiness on deck. For our beautiful Taurians. Energy's coming through right now. We do have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in the Queen of Pentacles. We have Cancerian energy in the Chariot and Leo energy in the Sun. If that resonates for you, that's just extra added confirmation. This looks good. I mean, I feel like you're going into a whole new realm on your path. I'm feeling a little bit like you're jumping, you're like taking a major leap forward in ascension, but not until you explore the depths of where you've just come from, is sort of how it feels. I'm going to clarify the Two of Swords and the Page of Cups together. Yeah. See, because there was some wounding here, which is why the Page of Cups is crossing you. I do feel like we have two twos here. We've got the Queen of Cups, Two of Wands, in between the Two of Wands and Two of Swords. Definitely looking for some clarity or feeling some measure of indecision on your best path forward. Two of Wands is seeing the world of possibilities in the palm of your hand, Taurus, and deciding what you want, and then choosing the path that takes you in that direction. Queen of Cups is here. It's just telling me, you know, your heart has to be open. It could be coming through reversed. Which may mean that it's feeling like there's a little neediness attached to it with all the uncertainty of the Two of Swords. So all I'm going to say to you here is just, you know, release attachment to a specific outcome. If somebody's coming toward you with a message of love and or apology, you may want to open your heart to at least receive it on face value. So let me say that. Because if you receive it on face value, then you're not buying into it lock, stock, and barrel. You're leaving some wiggle room. Let's take a look at the Eight of Swords, which is you in some measure of doubt, overthinking a situation, questioning your own thoughts and your own perceptions, self-doubt. Oh my gosh, yes. So because we have the Three of Swords here with the little Page of Cups, I feel like, and the Five of Pentacles, I feel like somebody did a number on you here, Taurus, and what's floating around in your psyche that you kind of can't put to rest is this emotional detachment and some measure of, I'm not gonna say a full-out betrayal, but some form of deception that really hurt you. It could have just been as simple as an untruth, right? Somebody lying to you, not telling you the truth about something. It could be just someone who had real sketchy energy that really caused a lot of unhappiness for you. And as a result, because of that, you're questioning, like, why did I choose that person? Or why did I stay in that situation? Why did I believe them? Why did I trust them? There's all these, I'm feeling the why, almost like all this negative chatter in your head about how you handled the situation. Underneath is the star is telling me that there's more healing going on to some degree. You may be questioning, whether there's any hope in the situation. So some hope may be like slipping away, at least in your subconscious. Yeah, you're questioning everything here. 2 of Swords, 8 of Swords, not trusting self or the other. I feel like you've stuffed down the pain. I feel like you've pushed it down so that all this uncertainty and self-doubt is coming through your subconscious, in your psyche. It's like right under the surface. If I scratch you, you're going to bleed this 8 of Swords, is essentially what I feel like. On the surface of things, it looks like you're trying to regain some measure of control. That's a good thing, but this is the part you need to explore. This is where you take the deep dive. The pearl is right down here. You waited for this person to come back, but they did not. There was a lot of withholding here. 5 of Pentacles, look at all the Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles in the past. Like there was something you kind of were waiting for it to sort of, I'm not going to say return, but you weren't really ready to let it go, but the person was totally closed off. And as a result, right, this is your experience, no entry. I'm on the outside looking in. There's no access point to the warmth of the connection. I'm out in the cold. I'm in no man's land. They've got their walls sky high. 7 of Wands underneath. Some form of resistance. I feel like your spirit was broken, Taurus. Right? 5 of Pentacles. And this is pushed under. I'm talking about repressed feelings here. Somebody broke your spirit. That 7 of Wands is usually stepping in from, from your, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it's escaping me right now. From that energy of my will, like from my will. Solar plexus. Thank you. Solar plexus card right here. That's that beautiful chakra, our inner constitution. I feel like this situation, this person, their behavior, or whatever happened between you, it broke your spirit. Six of Swords, 8 of Wands. I feel like this is your opportunity as you're moving, right? Take your first step or get in the boat and move away from what it was that has you so hung up here. So I do see what your strength is moving toward some semblance of balance and calm and peace of mind. And from that position, you get your power and can communicate. Both of these are cards of travel. There might be travel for some of you here. Ace of Swords, that's usually a yes after everything I just said. So for some of you, it's definitely this, oh my gosh, yes, I have to take this trip or I'm going to travel. I don't know. It's kind of a funky message, especially with the 7 of Cups. Lots of emotional overwhelm. There's a lot of residual emotions that need to be processed. I feel like you may have a moment of clarity after moving towards some kind of communication. So not travel for everyone, definitely travel of words. So I do feel like on some level there may be communication. You're coming from a position of strength because you're going to have balance of the mind, especially after your deep dive. Remember, we're going in this order. And things from that conversation will be very clear and help you get some measure of clarity around that mix of emotions that you keep suppressing and repressing. Repressed is coming through because every card underneath is signifying some measure of repressed emotions or energy, something you have been dealing with on the surface, and that's why you're being called to the deep dive. I think you're going to have an aha moment, is what I'm trying to say. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Yes, in this communication, asking lots of questions, getting clear on things that have been hidden from you. With the moon, some of it may trigger some of your insecurities and fears, but ask those darn questions anyway. Because she is, the Queen of Swords is, kind of checks her emotions at the door. Not that she doesn't have them, but the conversation is like just the facts, ma'am. It's fact-based. It's, you know, I'm looking for clarity. This is a given, you know, back and forth. Truth seeker, truth teller. Ask me what you want to ask me, but I got some questions for you. And you're doing that from the position of strength that you feel was taken away previously. So I've been using the phrase Stella gets her groove back a lot, and here it is. It's just right there. And the moon is just, it's like asking questions to get clarity and some measure of groundedness about something that you didn't understand or that was hidden from you. And it's with regard to your connection. Pretty powerful. So let's look at the message to you from Spirit here, or the universe. Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Six of Cups. Well, I feel like for some of you who, for those of you who are dealing with a twin, and there's no doubt about it in your mind, I feel like a big offer is coming in. This is really beautiful energy. I mean, just look at that. It's gorgeous. Ace of Pentacles. Could be an up-leveling in this connection, an offer of commitment coming in. Ten of Cups, that happiness, that sort of nirvana, emotional contentment. There's completion here that's, you know, it checks all the boxes of the happiness and joy you've been looking for with your twin. Six of Cups underneath. The Queen of Pentacles is interesting because I feel this is you. Once you find this stability in your own world, once you get your own life back on track, all this is coming in. I do see you here, dear Taurus, as, you know, that archetype of the grounded life partner, the nurturer, caretaker. You know, it's kind of sexist, but you get where I'm going. I do see that, but you're going to have to, that's your strength coming in. Once you start this open communication, or once it makes itself available to you, you kind of flip into Queen of Swords mode for a little while, just to get clear, just to make sure you get all your questions answered about the things that went on behind your back that you weren't aware of. I almost feel like it sort of opens you up and puts you back in that regal energy of your Queen of Earth. It looks really beautiful. I do feel there may be things you do not understand here. There may be things that were purposely shielded from some of you to keep you out of harm's way. It's just what's coming through. Like, I'm not feeling that the Seven of Swords is a legit Seven of Swords. There may have been avoidance instead of an out-and-out lie. There may have just been unexplained emotional detachment, like here today, gone tomorrow, and I got no explanation, which led to this, you know, we've got this Five of Pentacles, and you may get clear about that in a way that clears up all the emotional confusion. That's what I'm seeing coming through. The energies, right? The energies surrounding you, you may be unaware of. I feel you've got a twin that's coming towards you. I feel you may move forward together victoriously. Yep. So this is really important. I'm taking the time out because it's really important. What I'm seeing here is so powerful. I don't want you to block your happiness. So indulge me for a minute. This is the whole reading for you. This is it. Get out of your own way. Be prepared to step into that puddle. In tarot, water is emotions, right? Cups, feelings, emotions. Because it's time for you to do a very deep dive about whatever it is that happened that left you feeling so abandoned, so forsaken. Because I'm not sure, for some of you, yeah, but I'm not sure that you have all the information you need to have sized it up that way. I see something very beautiful surrounding you with the twin. Spirit is doubling down on that for me as well. And I feel like as if there is this first step, the begin now energy coming in your hopes and fears. And that may be the kicker, is you may not know what that first best step is because you're doubting yourself, overthinking it, in a prison of your own making. Oh, come on, you know you want to. Okay, there's your card, Taurus. You flipped over. You wanted to come out. This could just be about you. Take that first step. Commit to it. Come from your higher self. Remember, you got to, trust that your higher self knows best. Right? Your soul knows best. And release attachment to specific outcome is what I see here. It is a step into the unknown. Absolutely. So, I think you're fearing this first step. I think you're fearing that I think you're questioning your confidence around it. Right. Because for some of you, there may be a third party. There may have been a third party. Woo! Taurus. You playing Stump the Reader. Yeah, I feel somehow here this Three of Cups doesn't feel good to me. It feels like that may be the obstacle that you're needing to overcome or wanting to overcome. And you gotta, the only way you can gather up your strength, your courage, and your confidence to overcome it is by being true to the highest version of you and taking that first step. And I'm still feeling there may be something you misunderstood along the way. Because maybe your first go-to, Taurus, is, oh, it must have been something I did, right? Is to blame yourself. For some of you, not all of you. But it's also common when you really, truly love somebody very deeply. When something goes off the rails and you don't have a clear-cut answer as to what it is, the first place we tend to go as empaths, as sensitives, as light workers, as healers, is to ourselves. I must have screwed up. I don't think that's the case. I think there's a misunderstanding here. So let's look at your potential outcome. It is the Sun. Now we have Leo out here twice. We do have Aquarius here as well. Pisces here. Yes. Oh. So, lovely. The Sun, Three of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Right? There's a saying, I'm not a fan of Dr. Phil, but if he ever said one thing that worked for me, it was, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? It's a fair question. That's your choice. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Because if you want to be happy, that's going to take a little bit of cooperation, co-creative energy between you and your counterpart. Here's the happiness waiting for you. All you guys got to do is choose this Three of Pentacles, this you, your divine counterpart, and Spirit working together. Spirit's communicating it to you right here. Okay, so I know that this is a twin flame connection. We have the Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, I'm sorry, and the Four of Wands, we also have the Lovers card. So there's like sign after sign after sign here that Spirit's working with you. Underneath is a King of Swords. And here's the thing for the King of Swords. What I want you to know about that is this is, in its upright position, someone who wants to do things the right way. With truth, honor, high intention, high degrees of character. This is someone who is very careful that, I mean, sometimes they can be a little cool and aloof, but I'm not feeling this King of Swords in reverse. I'm feeling this as somebody who respects your honor. And that's what's underneath. So if this person comes forward and the communication gets started, we have a King and Queen of Swords here. Leave it at the realm of, your mentation, your logic about what's being said to you, your reasoning around it. Both of you can kind of handle this in the mental realm in terms of your communication, instead of where you are right now, dear feminine, which is, as I said, I felt she was coming through a little needy. Queen of Cups in reverse. So that's what I have for you. It's beautiful. And if you want to follow me to the extended, the link is below, and we'll take a look at the Divine Masculine. We'll take a look at what their thoughts are, or how they're seeing the situation or thinking about this situation, how they feel about you, their intentions toward you. We'll get more advice from Spirit of the Universe for that information that comes through. We'll also look at how they're showing up in the reading. That's the first card out, and we'll close with some more oracle. So nice deep dive for you, Taurus. The link's below. I hope to see you there. Otherwise, have a lovely new moon in Virgo. I'll be doing a special reading coming up for that too. Take care. Bye for now.